Dude, we got one. Got one. Got one. Got one. Oh, dude, that's a big one. He's pulling drag. Dude, that might be like a 7 or an 8. Oh, dude. Oh, it's 2.
It's coming to you live from a place where nobody else know to take it. They hand out, they want us to split the pie, right? Cause they realize that we gone crazy.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. There's a lot of ways that we have caught fish out of this pond, and a big swim bait is one of those ways, and that's what we're going to try. Big emphasis on the word try. We're going to try to focus on a big swim bait. I left my sunglasses in the car. Every time I pull out a swim bait, I always stress to y'all the importance of making sure that you have some sunglasses on, some good polarized glasses. And I left mine in the car today. So we're just going to pray. If we have a follower, this water is pretty clear, so we should be able to see him okay with those sunglasses to give us a little bit more of an advantage. But we're gonna tie on this worm because, you know, there's some little grass mats and stuff out here that some of these fish like to hang out on the edge of. So we're gonna try that a little bit first, and then we're gonna throw a big swim bait out in the middle. We're just gonna fan cast it all around in the middle and see if we can't find some fish. Also, I went to Walmart last night, went to go buy a plug for my boat. They only had inch diameter plugs. I'm not sure if I need 1 1/8, 1 3/4. I tried to look it up. There's not too much information on these boats online, so we're in a weird situation. We have probably about like 2 or so hours that we can fish in this boat before it kind of fills up with water. But I just put my pedals under. I'll stick that rope down there underneath my pedals so we can get away with it a little bit. But we have to find a plug for this boat at some point, because every time we take it out, we have to take the plug out and drain all the water out of it, which, I mean, isn't the end of the world, you know. I've been in John boats before that you could swim in the water that's collected in them. So it's not that big of a problem right now, but, like, you know, whenever it gets cold outside, or, well, I guess you just want a plug in your boat. So we have to figure that out at some point, but till then we're gonna be standing in a little bit of water. So just had to announce that, address that a little bit, because I know in the past couple of videos we probably had a little bit of water. And I love y'all to death, but y'all are quick to pull out or pick out anything that doesn't look right. Everybody's like, oh, that's wrong, we gotta let them know, Like, dude, I know, I'm standing in it. All right, we're done with the worm and the frog. We're doing what we came out here to do, and that is throw this huge swim bait. Dude, we got one. Got one. Got one. Got one. Oh, it feels like a big one too. Got one. Don't come off, please. Please, whatever you do, don't come off. I think it's a big one. He hasn't came up yet, so it very well could be a big one, or it's just a really big grass carp. Oh, dude, that's a big one. He's pulling drag. Dude, that might be like a 7 or an 8. I haven't seen him. Oh, he's not too crazy big, but he's big enough. We'll take him. Oh, he came off. No, that was our first one. He was barely hooked. I was fighting him a little bit too hard. He was just like hooked up under the chin. Woo, first one, baby. First one. We didn't land him. Hey, that's our first big swim bait fish, though. We'll take it. That's the best part about it, is like those long fights. You bomb a cast really far out, then like they don't hit it. I've never had one hit it hard. It's always like, it's hard to reel, you know. That's more of the fight. You get to the point where it feels like there's another one, there's another one, there's another one. Feels like you're stuck in some grass. That one hit it pretty good. That one actually hit it. Oh, did he come off? No, he didn't. Look, this is like a 2-pounder. He's not big at all. Ooh, don't do that. That actually kind of helped me. Him jumping, he got another hook in him. Stop. Sorry, GoPro in the front. Just nailed that thing. Come here. Boom, baby. Back-to-back cast with the big swim bait. When? What? What does that mean? How does that happen? Hey. Life just flashed before my eyes. Imagine going to the doctor. You get a hook in your leg from catching a fish on a swim bait. You go to the doctor and like you have to explain to them what happened. And like they see the fish and lure and they're used to like the Zoom trick worm or whatever. And you tell them that, yeah, I was fishing with this big swim bait and got it hooked in my leg. What were you fishing for? Sharks? Yeah, pretty much. Whew, that might be the smallest swim bait fish I've ever caught. I love that net. It's so clutch, like being able to drag the boat around. Like when your treble hooks get stuck in it, it's not that much fun. But that fish is a lot smaller than fish number one, but put up a good fight. He was definitely capable of taking down one of those big swim baits. I think this thing does so good because they actually have really big gizzard shad in this pond. So like, it's pretty relatable for the fish. They see what they think is a big gizzard shad and they eat. So I guess that just answers the question I asked earlier, like what goes to the fish mind? Because I mean, we caught 2 back to back on a big swim bait. That doesn't sound right, does it? We just caught 2 fish back to back on big swim baits. I mean, just sign me up. Sign me up for the classic. I don't think I should have to fish the opens, any of the Elite Series stuff. I should just be able to go straight to the classic. Oh, the good old Ozark Trail pliers, baby. Whew, that was a doozy getting those treble hooks out of the swim bait, or getting the treble hooks out of the net. And we just hooked up back to back on the big swim bait. The first one was decent. I'm just happy I got to see him. I was fighting him a little bit too hard. He was just hooked up under the chin, and that's not a good place to hook a fish. One, I'd rather hook him in the mouth, and then 2, like in that area is kind of soft, or it's very soft. So if you pull too hard, you'll pull your hooks right out. We just hooked up back to back casts on a big swim bait. I hate we got stuck because I feel like we probably could have went 3 for 3. So the worst part about it, the second one kind of hit it a little firm. Like if he had 3 or 4 more pounds on him, he would have probably been able to take the rod out of my hand. He hit it pretty good. That was the first one I've ever had hit it like that. And it's the smallest swim bait fish I've ever caught, which is kind of funny. There we go. We just got ate again. I felt him hit it. It was like I could feel him like. Oh, is that a big one? Oh, dude. Oh, there's 2. There were 2. I had 2 of them, dude. I think one of them was hooked, and then he was able to shake it off. That's cool. I was looking at him, I was like, that fish looks really weird. Oh, I hope y'all can see that on the camera, guys. Boom. That could have been fish. Imagine doubling up on a swim bait. That's probably why he felt so big. They felt so big because there was 2 of them. Check that out. He had another one that was a little bit fatter than he was with them trying to get it. What is going on? This is like maybe 3 or 4 casts later. We hook up on this one. Yo. What's crazy is they're not big ones. They're like 2 and 3 pounders. This one's high 2 pounder. Eating the big swim bait. He's trying to bite me, dude. What are you doing? What are you doing? This is a really beautiful fish. You're very beautiful. Thanks for letting me feel you suck it in your mouth. Let's go. What is that? Fish number, that could have been fish number 4 and 5 right there. If we would have landed that first one. What? This is the best day of fishing ever. That would have been fish 4 and 5. If we would have landed that first one, that would have put us at 3. Or was that fish number 3? How many have we caught? Did we go back to back? I think we went back to back cast. Okay, so if we would have landed the first one with the 2 that we caught, we would have been at 3 before that double up. So I guess 2 must have ate it, and they ate it right here at, like, in this grass mat where we first fished. We casted our little flute worm right here in this grass mat, and they ate it on the corner of it. I guess the potential of doubling up is a lot higher too because your lure is so much bigger. But I mean, we've probably taken 15, 20 casts and we've hooked up 4 or 5 times with it. That's a good ratio no matter what you're fishing. We're gonna try the same thing on this mat. We were bringing it on the edge of this one and got hooked up. So maybe if we do the same over here, we'll hook up. At the rate we're going today, we're gonna end up hooking into a big one. Our first big swim bait fish. This swim bait I'm fishing is a 6-inch bull shad. I'm not affiliated with bull shad in any way, shape, or form, but I just think they make the best and craziest looking swim baits. So that's what I like to use. I also have a $100 hand painted one I've been wanting to film a video with, but every time I cast it, I just cringe because honestly, I'm waiting on my line to snap. But I think this one's gonna be a little bit better for us today because the water is dirty, 1, and there are gizzard shad in the pond that look exactly like this Swimbait. I think that this is going to be our money lure for the day. Originally when I came out here, I planned on throwing the bluegill pattern, but I mean, just between the price and like the water clarity gave me enough reason not to throw it today. Because I mean, if this matches something in the pond perfectly, why switch? Then too, with the amount of bites that we've got on it, I don't think there's any real reason to switch. Super cool. Oh, I really need sunglasses. I bet I've had a follower too that I haven't even seen. That was crazy. We had 2 on that. Neither of those fish that we just had on this Swimbait were like super big or anything like that. But like, I think that might be one of the coolest fishing moments I've had. Because I'm very, very passionate about big swimbaits. I don't know what it is. I don't have a whole bunch of them. I have like 3 or 4 of them, but I think we got one behind it. I can barely see the swimbait, and there was like a little brown. Yeah, there's definitely one behind it. Oh, I just dragged that too far. I could see that fish literally behind. I don't know where he went. Could be underneath it though. Dang. But anyway, like I was saying, I have 3 or 4 big swimbaits. And I don't do it all the time just because you have to be in the right place at the right time to throw one. And I guess today we just picked our day good. And I mean, 4 fish on one, like that's, I've caught more fish on this swimbait today than I've caught on it in the whole time I've been using this one right here. Then there's so many different retrieves you can do. Like you can do kind of a wake style retrieve like this. It'll come up to the top. Which I think that'd be pretty cool to watch them roll on it. I really want to take this thing to the ocean and just see if we can get some top water blow-ups on it. Another thing I think that's helping us too is we have a slight breeze and we're fishing into the breeze. So like that's the natural way that everything moves. Whichever way the wind's blowing, everything's gonna go with the wind. So this swimbait's swimming with the wind too, so it probably just looks like a really big shad being blown by the wind. Oh, I was about to say, if we're hooked up, this is a horrible time because our line is wrapped around their rod. Which I mean, honestly, we might be because it got kind of stiff. Yeah, we are hooked up. We are hooked up. Oh, no, we're not. Are we? I don't know. I can't tell if that's a fish or is it just grass? I think it's just grass, but who knows? Yeah, it's just grass. Yeah, I was about to say. Get a cast behind us. So we're kind of over where we were catching those fish at. Our next cast probably needs to be that way because this is like the exact line we caught those last 2 on. Oh, dude, one just came up and ate that. Oh, that scared the crap out of me. That's what I'm talking about, followers. Oh, dude, that frog bite was scary. But this has nothing, when I say nothing, absolutely nothing on that bite I just saw. I mean, this is the second I'm turning my head. I just see, my mind goes straight for shark, of course. Shark, you know, like shark attack, shark. Like, oh gosh, dude, this makes 5 big swimbait fish. That was like a little spotted bass. I know it's not, but like he has some really pretty colors, probably because he's getting a little stressed out. He has treble hooks in his face. He thought he was gonna get him an easy meal. He only has 1 hook in him. I need to sit down after that one. Like, honestly, I probably could have had a heart attack and fell off the boat right there. If I have to go out anyway, I want to get like a topwater blow up that's so big when I'm like 89, 90. That's like just like the biggest blow up in the world. I land the fish, I take my pictures, I hold it. Like if it's my time to go, I want to go from a heart attack from like a big fish. Oh, dude, I know your day is so bad. You just thought you had your little free meal there. And the next thing you know, you got hooks in your face. Dude, this one was like a Florida bass. Wow. Well, that's all I can say for this one. Well, we're just going to say we're at 5 big swimbait fish. I think we've caught 4. Like, what's going on today? And none of them have been big. They've all literally been like this size. We've had a couple that have been like a little bit bigger, but like this standard size right here have been eating this 6-inch swim bait, which is mind-blowing to me, because when I think of a big swim bait, I just think like 7, 8s, 9s, 10s, you know, like, you know, the foreign Instagram accounts that you see, and it's like the big swim bait only eats or whatever. Oh, there he is. He's swimming off right there. Dude, that was crazy. I mean, we were literally like, we were just water skiing it in, like no intention of catching a fish. I pretty much accepted that cast is over. And I was honestly thinking about going back over here and throwing a frog in this back pocket a little bit. And like, second I turn my head, he's right there at it. Like mouth open, jumping out of the water for it. This is insane. That's one of those eats that you play over and over and over and over in your head, like before you go to sleep. Like, man, I gotta go back fishing tomorrow. There's another one. There's another one. I don't think he's big. He doesn't feel, I don't know. I don't know. Here it comes. This one is not big at all. Well, he's fat though. It looks like he eats good. Okay, you can go back in the water. That's the one bad thing about like when you water ski a fish in, is like they always, whenever they get in the boat, then they freak out. Like then they get all their swimming in. Like, dude, you should have been doing that in the water. I wouldn't have water skied you if you would have swam a little bit more. Look at that. That is fish number, I don't know, 5, potentially 6, I think. 5 fish on a big swim bait. Best day of fishing I've ever had. Like, as far as just really memorable, like, as far as just like really memorable days, today is one of those days for sure. What is going on today? I can't wrap my mind around how we've just been wrecking these fish on the swim bait. Mr. Mike Bucco, this video makes it to you. You make a fantastic swim bait. And the cool thing is, it's like, it's still intact too. Like normally by now you've kind of lost a little bit of paint somewhere, which I mean like that spot right there, but like after catching fish like that have been so aggressive, you would think that it'd kind of be chipped and whatnot. I've seen pictures of some of these big swim baits, and some of them like they've just caught thousands and thousands of bass, like just one small little spot of paint. But these things are super sweet. I don't fish them all the time, but like I just get a really good vibe from them, you know. Probably should retie, shouldn't we? Imagine slinging this thing off. I think you guys would definitely see me cry if that happened today. I think that bite before last where it ate it on the swim in, that just tells you like your lure is super keyed in. Like this is the perfect day to be throwing a big swim bait. And this one particular, like I think those crazy eats like that are just like, that's your confirmation of like you hit the nail on the head. Like we had a double up, and I'm the only one fishing, 2 fish on 1 lure, and then we had one like eat it on the way in. So I think that's more than enough confirmation for me that like we're doing it right today. Guys, we've been out here for an hour. I don't know what to say. We've literally been out here for an hour and just wrecked them on a swim bait. Like, it wasn't every cast by any means, but it can't get too good, you know. I gotta make it believable for y'all. We can't make it too, I don't want y'all to feel too bad, you know, watching this video. Man, what a day.
Chasing a bag, I'm racing the clock. Look at them block, watching them flop. Used to see this in my sleep when I ain't had shit but my thoughts in the car. I really was lost. Now I'm public with the soundscapes.